Atari 2600 is the granddaddy of all modern day video game systems, and it was released way back in September of 1997, and it sold over 30 million units worldwide. The system was actually still in production all the way until 1992. That's a huge time span. Though the games look crude and lame by today's standards, it was these very games that would shape the entire industry for decades to come. I'm your host as always, K-Mac Time, and today we're going to take a look at the rarest and most valuable Atari 2600 games. Kicking off our list is Gauntlet, which is a mail-in order only game from the early Atari 2600. This one was released by Answer Software. It has nothing in common with a dungeon crawling game of the same name that we all know, like Gauntlet. I love Gauntlet on 64. Anyway, in this game you must prove your manhood to an ancient Indian tribe by running through their gauntlet of obstacles. Because the only way to purchase the game was through the mail, sales were extremely low, and today's collectors will pay a hefty price for a copy. A loose cart will cost you around $100. Our next game is Out of Control, which is a spaceship flying game released by Avalon Hill. You control a spaceship that must fly through buoys, pop balloons, and then land in the space station. This is another game that was a victim of the video game crash in 1983 caused by many publishers putting out shovelware and people being turned off to video games. Publishers severely limited their products and their production of these games after the crash just to make sure they didn't end up wasting their money like on the ET and have to bury them out in the desert. So that way the cartridges didn't sell very well and they are become extremely scarce and hard to come by. A loose cart today goes for over $200. Next up is Atlantis II, which is a special edition of the original Atlantis game that was only given to a few gamers as part of a contest. The developers held a national contest for the entire original game. However, there were so many people who entered with a perfect max score that they were forced to create Atlantis II, which is basically the same game except it's faster and harder. The last one that sold online publicly went between $400 and $500. Next up is a game called The Music Machine, which is a Christian video game based upon a series of products by the same name, including CDs, coloring books, and movies. You play as two children who must collect the fruits of the Spirit, including love, kindness, self-control, patience, and others, as they fall down on the screen. The game was only sold through Christian bookstores. This limited its distribution, which makes the game extremely rare by today's standards. A loose copy will cost you between $300 to $500. Our next game is Lockjaw, which is basically just the game Shark Attack, but with a different label. The game Shark Attack was originally released with the name Lockjaw. However, Apollo decided to change the name after they were sued for infringing the copyrights of the movie Jaws. Because the game was originally released with a limited time with this name and cover art, that version of the game is very hard to find today. You basically just play the game as almost exactly the same as Shark Attack. You try to collect diamonds in each level before a shark eats you, and that's not too much going on there. But like I said, because of the label and the scarcity of it, this copy will cost you over $300. Our next game is Pepsi Invaders, which is a custom-designed game for Coca-Cola. They took the Space Invaders game concept and changed the aliens and letters to spell Pepsi. The game was originally given to executives at sales convention in 1983. It's rumored that only 125 were originally produced. The game is extremely hard to come by and sells for around $1,000 for those lucky enough to find a copy. Elis Letter is an educational game for the Atari 2600. You count and do addition, subtraction, and games and drills and learn math. The game was developed and released by SimAge. It was originally packaged with a wall chart and motivational stickers to help motivate kids to learn to play. Those, however, are even more difficult to find than the game. A loose copy of just the cart will cost around $1,200. If you have the other stuff, the stickers and the posters and the box, we're talking over $5,000. Our next game was created by Personal Games, and it's called Birthday Mania, which was designed to be a custom gift for Atari owners on their birthday. The buyer would custom order the game with the recipient's name on the title screen and space and the label to write their own. The concept never gained any attention. Because of that, the items had to be special ordered and were not mass produced. The game is extremely rare, and only 2 or 3 copies are known to actually exist. It has never been publicly sold online, but it is estimated to have a value of between $2,000 to $7,000. In our runner-up spot is the game Air Raid, and it is the only known game released by a company called Manavision. Very weird name. And it is very distinctive cartridge design with a blue T-shaped handle. In the game, you must protect a city from invading alien spaceships. Very common theme back in the Atari days. You try to destroy them before they destroy the city. Actually, Air Raid is believed to be one of the rarest of the commercially released games on the 2600. The cartridge by itself usually sells for $3,000 or more. The only 2 copies known to exist with the original box. One of them sold in April of 2010 for $31,600. $31,000. The other sold in 2012 for $14,000, which is still an insane amount to spend on a video game. And finally, our #1 rarest Atari 2600 game is Red Sea Crossing, which wasn't even known in the Atari community until 2007 when it was actually found at a garage sale. It is a Christian game, was only ever sold via phone-in order. The only known ad for the game was in a Christianity magazine called Christianity Today. Only a handful of these have ever seen the light of day, and the last one sold just the cart for over $10,000. Absolutely insane amount of money for just a cartridge. But that's all we have time for today, guys. Let me know what your favorite Atari game is down in the comment section down below. Mine has got to be Yar's Revenge. Actually, find that game pretty fun to play. I'm not really big into Atari, but that's one pretty cool. Anyway, if you guys could hit that like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Let's see if we can get this video over 500 likes and get more people watching these rare games videos. You know, like and share them would be very much appreciated. Also, if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe for more videos like this in your sub box daily. We do rare games, we do cartoon theories, we do all kinds of fun stuff over here, so make sure you guys are checking that out. But until next time, guys, remember that's always K-Mac time somewhere. Till then, take it easy and peace out.